In this video we're going to be reviewing not one but two shoes from the guys at Craft. What is up everybody, and welcome to a world's first here at 40 Runs. We're going to be reviewing two shoes at the same time. Yeah, I know. Clever, innit? Now, usually I struggle to do two things at once, so I don't know how this video is going to go, but let's find out. Okay, guys, right, so we've got the Nordlite Speed and we've got the Nordlite Ultra today on the channel, and I wanted to give you sort of my feelings, my feedback from running in these shoes for the last couple of weeks. Okay, so disclaimer, these are obviously sent to me by the guys at Craft. Thank you very much to those guys for sending them to me, but I'm not getting paid to make this video. I don't have to say nice things. I'm always going to say what I like anyway. I'm probably going to get some stuff wrong, you know what it's like on this channel. But yeah, so I'm not getting paid by Craft. It would be awesome if I was, but they have sent me the shoes for the purpose of review. Okay, so look, let's start with the Speed. We're going to go through the stats and features of both of the shoes. Then we're going to talk about things I like and don't like about each of them, and then we'll wrap it up at the end. Right, so let's start with the Speed, which is the sort of race day road shoe from the guys at Craft. Okay, so we've got the Craft Nordlite Speed, which is £200, or I've actually seen it for 189. It's 280 grams, 9.9 ounces. We've got the supercritical EVA foam, the CR foam it's called. We've got the ultra carbon plate running through the shoe, 40mm of stack. Apparently this thing can go for miles. It's all about durability in the shoe. It's got a 6mm drop. You get a high rebound, by the way, off this foam. I'll come on to that in a little bit. You've got a quite a thin rubber outsole on there, if you see that, and I'll compare it to the other shoe, the Ultra. You'll see what I mean. We've got a nice breathable upper. The shoe doesn't fit true to size. I'm a UK 9.5 and I could have done with a 9.65. Right, okay, next up we've got the Ultra, and now look at the outsole on that bad boy. Look at it, look, it's a monster, isn't it? Now this contains the same supercritical EVA foam, the CR foam. Again, we've got 40mm of stack in it. We've got a nice mesh upper. This actually, funny enough, does fit okay in terms of sizing. 9.5 for me, and it fits well. We've got this a really comfortable sock liner in here, 40mm stack, I've said, 6mm drop. This is more of a road to trail shoe. Again, look at the outsole versus the other one, which is that sort of racing shoe. This doesn't have a carbon plate, that's the other difference as well. It's 11.45 ounces, 324 grams in my UK 9.5, and it's costing £155. Right, okay, so that's the stats and features done of both of these shoes. Now, like I said, you've got this sort of road to trail, which kind of, most of the Craft shoes kind of are actually. They're very useful for doing, I don't know, it sounds funny, but stuff down the tow paths, or if you're like running on fire paths, I think guys call them in the US, that sort of stuff. But it is a really good shoe, capable shoe with the outsole. I want you to think like a mountain bike versus like a road racing carbon bike. That's probably a good way to sort of describe them. And obviously, like I said, this has got the carbon plate. This is their sort of racing shoe, lightweight racing shoe that they've got. So let's talk about the Speed. I've enjoyed running in it. Like I said, the only issue I've had is the sizing. It's been a little bit, I don't know, it's just been a little bit naughty. Don't get me wrong, I get away with it, but in terms of absolute comfort, I could have done with 9.65. The lacing up's fine, the level of comfort is fine. I like the minimalistic tongue and that sort of stuff. Is it gusseted? I can't remember on this one. No, it's not. You get the nice breathable upper on it. It's like that sort of mono mesh feeling versus the mesh, the sort of engineered mesh feeling on the Ultra. You get a very barely there feel to the upper actually, which I appreciate because it is meant to be that sort of racing shoe. You've got a nice wide platform. I say you've got a really sticky thin rubber outsole. You can see the plate running through there, and then there, like you've got this really sort of high rebound is probably the best way to describe it with the foam. You sort of compress in it and then you can feel yourself coming off of it. It's not overly soft, but it's noticeable, the compression, if that makes any sense. Right, so that's the sort of ride. In terms of where I've been using it, sort of those 6-mile runs up London, that sort of thing, you know, bust out a bit of goal pace work. That's where the shoes come in for me. Right, then moving on to this, which is being used down the canal towpath, funnily enough, which is perfect for. Like I said, this doesn't have the plate in it. You've got the foam again. It is that feeling of compression and rebound, although it's less noticeable in this, but I think that's because I'm doing less speed work in it. With the other shoe, I'm running through it at goal pace. With this sort of shoe, because of the weight of it, I've found myself not doing any faster work, so I don't feel like I've been getting the best out of the foam. The comfort's nice with the, I say, with that really nice sock liner in it. The fit's good. The mesh upper is breathable. Lockdown's good. The tongue again is not gusseted. But as I said, the thing with both of these shoes really is that, I don't know, it's that versatility option from really both of them, because this can do your road to trail stuff, and then this can lick along and do that sort of tempo work, but also go pretty long in as well, I guess. So let's do the things I like about it, things I don't like. Things I like the width of both of the shoes in terms of a stable ride. I think they're very good in terms of the width. I love the outsole on this. I think it's an absolute beast. I like the mesh upper on this, although it doesn't fit true to size, just to say that again. I like the mesh upper on it. I like that racing sort of almost flat feel to the upper. I really dig that barely there feel to it. I like the foam. The CR foam's good. It's responsive. I like it. I like the sort of tackiness of this outsole as well, and I like the propulsion that I'm getting off the plate. This is a competent shoe to run goal pace at, and I think that's the key takeaway for me, and probably the big thing that I like about it. Yeah, like I said, I like the outsole on this, like the upper, like the level of comfort in it, love the sock liner. That's probably it in terms of likes for this shoe. Right, so things I don't like. I don't like the weight. I think it could have done with being a bit lighter, 9.9 ounces. I think this shoe needs to be like 8 ounces. I don't like the fit, obviously. And I think it could be almost a little bit more aggressive. So that'd be interesting to see if like version 2 becomes a little bit more aggressive. I just feel like it could do a little bit more giddy up in it. That said, like I say, it is a good cruiser with the width of the shoe at that sort of marathon goal pace. But yeah, so there are a couple of things I don't like about the shoe, and also I think the price, £189, is quite a lot of money. Although it's a carbon racing shoe, I think £189 or £200 is quite a bit of money for this shoe. Right, now this one I don't particularly like the weight, 11.5 ounces. I know it's a crossover shoe, but I think that's a little bit too heavy. I know you've got a big stack here and then a really good outsole, but I just think, again, the weight's a little bit too much, 11.5 ounces, and you can kind of feel that if you're doing some road-based work down onto the rivers and along the canal and towpaths, you can feel that weight towards the end of the run. But that's probably about it in terms of dislikes for the shoe, because £155, yeah, I get it, okay? So that's probably about right in terms of pricing. So if I had to choose one of them, I'd go for the speed, although I would size up probably next time. I do like this. I love the outsole, but like I said, I just feel a little bit let down in terms of the weight. It's a little bit too chunky and a little bit too, I don't know, there's a little bit too much here for me versus this. So I think it's worth a look. The Craft shoes are interesting, but for me, out of these two, I would steer you towards the speed. I think it's a different option. I like the fact that it's nice and wide and it's stable. The durability claims, you know, one of the guys on, I can't remember whose video it was, said that, I don't know whether it was like 500 or 600 miles he's got out of this shoe in terms of durability, so that's a good thing as well. But yeah, I like the width of it. I just wish it had a couple of other things added to it, but I'm sure that version 2 will have that as well. But yeah, so I think they're worth checking out, but definitely this one, the speed, preferred over the Ultra. Right guys, let me know in the comments if you're a fan of Craft shoes. Let me know in the comments and I will dive in there once this video drops.